My name is Erin Deneen, and I run a live-action role-playing game for middle and high school students called the Menagerie Fleet.
The Menagerie Fleet is a group of space people that go out and rescue creatures and plants.
If there's an animal going extinct, they're gonna go find that animal, find out why it's going extinct, and then help preserve that species.
To protect and nurture nature around them, keep biodiversity safe.
It's very science-oriented, very adventure-oriented.
I like the part where you learn how to stand up for others, because that's kind of the point of the Menagerie Fleet. We go down to planets and we stand up for animals, or we go down and stand up for people.
These characters are able to help people and animals feel safe and feel like they are at home.
Do what you love, discover yourself, make new friends, and venture off.
In designing the Menagerie Fleet, I wanted to make a game that was accessible and appropriate for young people, where we could tell coming-of-age stories that helped facilitate building the real-world social and emotional skills that adolescents need to learn.
Be confident in your character and choices.
It's about building friendships so that you can learn things from them and they can learn things from you.
My goal as an educator is to give students the tools to tell their own story. Adolescents need to move. They need to engage with their surroundings and learn about the world through experience. Live-action role-playing is immediate, immersive, and engages your whole body and all of your senses with the world around you.
Being in character consistently really draws you into the game, and it really makes sure that you're integrated into the story and you feel that your character is a very integral part of the storyline because you're in the world.
LARPing and playing D&D is an art form. You are the artist and you're also what's enjoying the art. Being both of that. Being able to be someone that you've always wanted to be but couldn't.
You turn into someone that you've always wanted to, or like someone that you've imagined of being, like in your dreams, kind of like just comes naturally because you're like, oh, I've been waiting for this moment for a while, and able to like just confidently be that person and dress up and just do that. You just explode with a bunch of positivity and just courage, you know? I mean, it's just a beautiful feeling. It's hard to describe.
I can speak! Yeah! I can speak! Oh! I have found myself!
Whatever you aspire to can become reality. You're not constrained by what society tells you is possible.
This game helps you to imagine something different. Imagine a world where you can be whatever you want.
With people that is shy, that cope with identity issues, it opens the door to express themselves. So it's really a very therapeutic and positive experience.
Being able to act as a character and define their struggles, their backstory, the challenges they want to overcome, the flaws in the character.
You want to be someone that you've always dreamed about, and being that person is just changes your personality, your courage, your social skills. I mean, it's just a unique and life-changing experience.
Modern role-playing games evolved primarily from war games, and the majority of them are still based around the core concept that the way to solve conflict is violence. Our stories always center around menagerie principles of compassion, understanding, care for all beings, and reaching out to the unknown with courage and love rather than fear and violence.
Instead of just hacking and slashing, hearing things out, because really the only way to solve a conflict isn't with more conflict. It's to come together and agree to an outcome.
I've learned that it isn't always about you being the main character, having like the most power, the most things. It is about being a stronger character so that you can make the story better and you don't just do something because you want the attention.
Through time, I started to realize, to me, what's important is making sure that everybody can have their own spin on the story. Everybody gets to tell their little chunk, so everybody walks away feeling happy, feeling content, feeling like they contributed, and that their character or their narrative that they're pushing is really woven into the story.
We really try to emphasize the breadth of possibility that live storytelling has to offer. So while we do have plenty of action and combat in the game, we also create art, learn languages, make food, sing and dance, and learn to take care of the creatures in the land around us. The game as a whole is designed to foster a connection with nature and a sense of environmental stewardship.
I think I've learned to appreciate nature a lot more because we can play our games in it and we always have so much fun.
With the Menagerie's goal of preserving biodiversity and the ecosystems, it definitely connects me with the idea of nurturing and being a good steward. It all connects to real world protecting the environment around us.
It gives them world-changing experiences too, because they can help the world be a better place.
Playing these games, each individual character gets a chance to act heroically and change the world in a meaningful way. Having that experience, even if it's in an imaginary realm, changes you. It allows you to see yourself in a new way, to believe in yourself and your ability to make a difference. In order to succeed in these games, you have to learn how to communicate effectively and work together as a team. You learn how to manage your emotions, how to face difficult situations, and deal with conflict, both in-game and out-of-game between players. It helps you to advocate for yourself and act with courage and conviction.
I used to be very insecure, kind of scared to express myself because of what other people would do or say. And over the course of playing this game, I just learned I don't have to care about that. I think also learning to look at things from different perspectives you don't agree on.
Because we're different, because we're so unique, because we all have different things and different opinions, that's what makes this world special. It's what makes the game special. You learn to be like, you know what? I want to learn your perspective. I want to hear it. You learn listening skills. You learn to be like more understanding.
It's really helpful to me for taking the majority of risk in a real life scenario and putting that into a safe space for people to interact and just test out the boundaries.
The mechanics we use in this game are simple as possible. The game needs to be accessible and easy to play, especially for students who struggle with reading or speak English as a second language.
Our current mechanics, we have our stops, our checks, our boundaries, where it's like to take a pause, remind people this is a game, people are here to have fun, to experience things that they enjoy, and we all need to respect that. The freedom to do stuff that I enjoy and have that celebrated and have that supported and not be put down for any reason. I really appreciate that that is something that consistently happens in our games.
You taught us how to set boundaries really easily. I could tell someone that I don't want to fight them in game or I don't want them to be mean to me, and they would have to not do that. And it kind of helps you build this shield on yourself.
Teaching them to set up boundaries and limitations, all that, you can transport that to real life.
The stories that we tell shape our culture, shape how we relate to each other and the world around us, and what we believe to be possible. We need stories that allow us to imagine a beautiful future, not just for our species, but for our whole world. One where we live in concert with nature, where every life is respected and cared for.
I feel like this game is built to make people feel like there is hope.
Being there with the kids is just it's life-changing, to be honest. These kids are like my inspiration. Like those kids, being able for them to be the person they want to, being able to give themselves an experience that they'll never forget is what makes me feel accomplished.
I just love this game because I've made so many friends.
And I feel like that is the real magic of LARP, is to be able to make friends with people who you never thought you would make friends with.
And I've felt so much better in the worst times of my life. I've been able to cheer up for a little bit and be someone else. It's good for you sometimes to leave your human self behind and become a dragon or become anything. You can be anything too. I like this game because you can be literally anything. There's no limit to your creativity.
Being able to feel safe and brave in these weird and silly and wacky adventures, it really makes me feel proud and happy and comfortable letting my imagination run wild. So yeah, just healthiness in the mind.
When it really comes down to it, I just want to tell stories that give kids hope and a reason to stay here, and to care about this planet and each other.
For all creatures, great and small, this we pledge. This we pledge.
Can I give you a hug before you leave?
Yes.
We'll miss you so much.
Yeah, of course. Group hug. Give each other hugs. Yeah. Group hug. Group hug. This is amazing.
You have so many friends now, Bingo.
Whoa.
We love the Menagerie Fleet!